pain, suffering, regret. I've seen the worst of humanity, the very reason we can never truly find fulfillment. And today, I intend to share it with you. Something so horrid, so deceiving, that can shatter minds. A game so bewildering, scholars still to this day try to understand its place in this world. Many have tried to conquer this beast, but all have failed. But I'm not like most people. Holy shit, Mario's a sphere! I'm worse. So 2004 was a pretty weird year for Nintendo. The F-Zero franchise was about to perish, Pikmin 2 would be released, and Advance Wars would finally get a release in Japan after being delayed due to events. Paper Mario fans learned what a noose is, the Nintendo DS released, Nintendo told consumers that touching is good after said release, and even a little Drea popped into existence. Hey, look at that. But there was one more thing that shook the world, scared the in-laws, soaked the farmers, and fucked shit up. A dinky little pinball game. Now, this wasn't Nintendo's first pinball game, it wasn't their last, Nintendo was a problem. Pinball on NES taught children how to give up, that's all I'll say about that. Kirby's Pinball Land ripped off another HAL game, how do you do that? Pokemon went wild for a bit, Metroid Prime went and got a bit wacky, even The Little Mermaid 2 Pinball Frenzy was published by Nintendo. I have never seen more warning signs in my life. Nintendo, go home, you're drunk. I think it's just interesting how many Nintendo-related pinball games there are. You just never really think about it, but there's so many, and almost none of them get brought up, ever. Well, I'm here to change that. Let's look at one of the most bizarre Mario games of the 21st century, and try to determine its motives. Okay, before we get knee-deep into opinions, I think it'd be interesting to look at how this game was actually made. This thing was the brainchild of one Adrian Barrett, best known for this thing. He, alongside his friend Richard Horrocks, founded Fuse Games, a studio that barely has a Wikipedia article. Oh man, that's malnourished. Them and 3 other people pitched a pinball game to Nintendo, which was later their bread and butter. The game got approved, it was put on the GBA to reduce costs, and here we are! It's pretty wild to think a company with so few people that also just started to exist got their first project to be a Mario game. Also, kudos to them, I bet doing that wasn't really an easy feat at all. Afterwards, they went on to make more pinball stuff, some licensed Thomas games, and of course, Bear Shark, the game! What the hell's Bear Shark? Maybe the game will tell me if I ask nicely. So, going into the game, I already have some questions. There's this machine that essentially destroys every bone in your body to become a sphere. Toad can no longer have children. But when Peach tries it, uh-oh, 2 Goombas change the direction of the cannon to Bowser's castle! So Mario goes to do God's work, but he hates skeletal structures. It's sphere time, baby. This is so stupid. I love it. Throughout the whole game, you just use L and R to control the left and right bumpers, as expected. But I want items with the B button! And they say beggars can't be choosers. These items range from, oh look, you have the pipe that blocks your death reappear now, all the way to overcompensation. You can also find 1-ups which are pretty worthless, with save states if you're on an emulator like I am, mini mushrooms to help you find new areas, which is pretty cool, Yoshi eggs that create another sphere on the map, and lightning I was too lazy to bother using and figure out. You have 4 main areas when you start off. The greens area is basically just that. You have a windmill holding a disgusting piranha plant. Like, Jesus, you had PD right there, just use them! Other than that, not much going on. The snow area gives me PTSD. You have these penguins to bop and a freezy to place directly onto a crack, which reveals a sunken ship area housing our boss, which I actually think is pretty cool. I really like when these areas have multiple different ideas going on at once, as it makes the game feel more content rich than it really is. So where am I on my notes? Sand area! You got a pyramid that you bring up by beating the crap out of some statues. That's a cool and poorly implemented idea. You have some kleptos to take care of here using the pyramid slope to spring up there. Another neat and another poorly implemented idea. And going inside, we got Shy Guys to kill, mummies to stop getting from the center of a Tootsie Pop, and even this Egyptian Koopa got overcompensated and BAM! This game is very weird. I actually really like some of the ideas they try here. It's fun seeing what wacky stuff they'll try to throw at you, and also the music isn't half bad. It's not amazing, but definitely gives the game its own unique feel from other Mario spin-offs from the time. Something I will say really hurts the game though, is the physics of everything. Mario just feels so unruly here, like no matter what he's going to be going everywhere or nowhere. I feel if the physics were fine-tuned just a bit, this could be a pretty fun time waster if you're into that. Now competing with other GBA Mario games? Jesus Christ, that's unfair. I didn't go into this expecting some to rival the tennis or golf RPGs, Superstar Saga, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, the remake of Mario Bros. Okay, actually it got pretty close with that one. The game isn't really a big grand adventure, but it doesn't need to be. It's kind of fun for what it is, but with a couple tweaks it could be something really worth looking into, at least in my eyes. And hey, while it was never worth $30, and don't you dare pay 30 or more for this, I swear to God. It's only $8 on the Wii U shop. That's pretty good for what you're getting in my opinion. It's harmless. So, how about the ending? So, after you've defeated all 4 bosses, oh shit, right, there's a blue one. I forgot to mention that, okay, you do all that, have a run in with some Shy Guys, and go into that door. Bowser appears! What I think is funny is all he does is stomp to get the flippers to stop momentarily. You have to bring the Mario 64 thwomps up to activate a switch, which makes the non-Mario 64 Bowser fall over for some reason. Literally nothing in that sentence made any sense. But you do that 3 times, and then... This is really cool actually, I like this a lot. Bowser gets blasted away, Peach is saved, and credits roll, not in that order. So, I guess that's about it. Nintendo made a new Mario spin-off with a fresh new developer to keep the GBA alive. Some cool ideas, but they weren't implemented very well, and the world moved on. So wait, why was I so dramatic before?